going to skip a rate.
About the number
So far,
You may lose your faith in us, but never in yourselves. From here, the fight will be your own.
buildings are destroyed and Optimus Prime saves the day. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to another week at the movies. I'm Nathan Ligon, resident film critic here for Shot and Cut Films, here to talk to you about what's going on in theaters.
And I am Raymond Foster, your normal everyday moviegoer. Now, we've been shooting Thank You for Watching for 4 months now, and by we I actually mean Nathan here. I've just kind of been in the background hooting and hollering, hoping for him to succeed. What we've been wanting to do is give a dual perspective on the show. One from an actual critic that can give true insight into the film, and one from a normal everyday moviegoer. Let us know what you think on Facebook and anything else that we can do to make Thank You for Watching more enjoyable.
Thank you, Raymond, and what better way to kick it off than with the biggest blockbuster of the summer? Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Everything humans know of our planet we were told had been shared. You lied to us. You've made a grave mistake.
I know that I'm going to be in the minority on this one, but I don't care. Transformers: Dark of the Moon is a blast from start to finish, with a final hour that will knock your socks off. Everything that Michael Bay has done for the last 20 years has led to this final hour. The gloves are off and the wingsuits are on. The only question is, can you keep up? I'm not going to discuss the plot very much here, other than to say that it's significantly more simple than the all-over-the-place Revenge of the Fallen. This time around, the Decepticons are trying to take over the world by using a special portal that can transport their world here. Sam, again played by Shia LaBeouf, is trying to get a job after saving the world twice. Megan Fox is replaced by Victoria's Secret model Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, and the Autobots are still doing their whole save the world from annihilation thing. The thing that really separates this one from the last couple of films, story-wise, is that finally the robots are fleshed out as characters. They don't overshadow the human element, but they do now occupy more than just space on the screen. However, in all honesty, the entire film is just a setup for the grand finale. That is what you came for, and that is what you get. This film is by every definition of the word epic. What happens in the final hour of this film, from buildings being ripped in half to soldiers flying through the city, is just breathtakingly exciting. I can honestly say that there is a lot going on here that you have never seen, and for once it's worth the extra price to see it in 3D. So, is it stupid at times? Yes. Is it over the top? Yes. Do you need to turn your mind off at the door? Absolutely. And if you do, then you are going to be treated to one of the most spectacular experiences you're likely to have at the movies this summer. If not, don't walk through the door, because this one's not for you. 3.5 stars for Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Alright, that's my take. What'd you think, Raymond?
Actually, to be honest, when I went to go watch this, I was expecting it to fail, flop, and be much like the second. The first one, in my opinion, was a so-so film.
I actually liked the first one a lot.
I enjoyed it, but at the same time, it wasn't anything spectacular. The second one, I wish I would have stayed home. It was kind of a waste of a ticket. They didn't do nearly as good of a job as they could have. This one, I was blown away. I actually enjoyed, a grown man, enjoyed watching robots battle it out on the big screen.
And you weren't a big fan of Transformers when you were a kid?
No, absolutely not. I was never a Transformer, any of these superhero movies, though I do enjoy most of them. If they can get me and they can suck me into the film, and this one absolutely did the job. The one thing about this movie that really separated it from the first two is this movie really kind of gets you from the start. It sucks you in. They did a fantastic job with the 3D.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I mean, you got the top, now you have the top 3 3D films of all times. You got Avatar. Avatar was groundbreaking in every aspect. You had How to Train Your Dragon.
Definitely.
And then now we have Transformers. All the other ones, they lacked what this film had. If you want to go and pay a full price for a ticket in IMAX and in 3D, this is the one you need to go to. This is what you should expect, and this is what we should see more from in Hollywood. This was a fantastic film.
I absolutely agree. So, without a doubt, we both recommend you go out and see Transformers Dark of the Moon in IMAX 3D this weekend.
Larry Crowne to the Common Break area? It's Employee of the Month Day. How many will this be?
I'm not saying 9.
Larry Crowne has got to be one of the most disappointing films I've seen all year. This is not because it's a terrible film, it's not. It's because it's just really hard to believe that someone as talented as Tom Hanks could deliver something so mediocre. Mr. Hanks wrote, directed, and stars in this film about a 50-something-year-old man named Larry who loses his job to downsizing due to the fact that he has not gone to college. So he decides it's time to finally take that step in his life. One of his classes is a communications class taught by Mercedes, played here by Julia Roberts, and of course the teacher will end up being much more important than any other. Hanks and Roberts, as expected, have delightful chemistry, but everything else in the movie is just so formulaic that I found myself rolling my eyes at obvious writing. Every character adheres to every cliche in the book so closely that you feel like Mr. Hanks was just reading the book of cliches at his bedside for a month before writing this screenplay. Luckily, he's a good enough actor to almost make up for it. 2.5 stars for Larry Crowne.
You look just like her. Look this way. You guys are like twins.
Excuse me, Miss Scott. As you requested, a 26-pound lobster.
I shall take it in my room.
What good can be said about Monte Carlo? Let's see. Selena Gomez shows that she is a decent actress. Michael Giacchino shows that he can still do a Parisian-themed score. And, well, that's about it. Outside of that, you get a dull, tedious, cliche-a-minute bore of a film that made me work really hard to stay awake. I honestly think I would have been more excited about watching a 5-hour cut of The Tree of Life with earmuffs on. Seriously, the story breaks down like this. Girl goes to Paris. Girl steals someone else's identity. Girl meets boy. Boy and girl fall in love. Girl tells the truth. Boy leaves. Boy comes back. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, since the story is so cookie-cutter bad, we throw in 2 other girls to bicker at each other. However, instead of making them funny, we're going to take it very seriously. That's one of the biggest problems with this film. It takes all this nonsense so seriously that it threatens to suffocate the whole thing. I believe these actors could be charming in something of worth. For now, they're stuck slumming it in this garbage. 1.5 stars for Monte Carlo. Alright, that's going to do it for our show this week. Be sure to tune in next week, where we'll have brand new reviews of Horrible Bosses and Zookeeper, about a bunch of talking animals. Want more movies, reviews, and videos? Visit our website online at www.thankyufw.com. And as always, we thank you for watching.